Hello and welcome to the Sewing Studio. Today is the postcard block for April. So today's one is my favourite flowers, which are tulips. And when Naomi asked me what it was going to be about, I said April is the month of my birthday. My favourite flower are the tulips, and the tulips come up in April. And she said to me, "Oh, not Easter." So I thought, right, I'm going to put something else in this one. So this is a nod for Naomi for Easter. So we've got a little rabbit here and he's got a little fluffy tail. So this is April's postcard block. So I'm just going to recap. So we had January, February, March, and now we've got April. So I'm going to show you how to make this block. This one's really quick, simple and easy to do. So the first thing I did was I chose some background fabric, again from my box of scraps, and I thought that this looked like it had eggs on it. So this is a range that we had not that long ago. Let's get that bit of fluff off. We had this range not that long ago, and it was called Little Darlings. So you might still be able to get some, but I love it because it looks like it's got eggs, and I love the pastel shades because the pastel shades are all what Easter's all about. So my templates, we sometimes get asked about templates. So my bunny template actually comes from a wooden printing block. So I do some printing using the wooden blocks. And so I've used him, I've drawn round the block. So what I would say is there's lots of images online, there's lots of things on Pinterest, there's lots of things that you can use for your rabbit. So I've put some Bonder web, and I found this piece of fabric in my scrap box, and I love the fact that I think it's perfect rabbit colour. So I've traced around him, I'm going to break the back of the Bonder web. And I'm going to pop him on there like that. Not right at the bottom, because if you remember, these are 7 by 5 and we're going to trim them off. So not right at the bottom. So I'm going to put him there. And the other thing is the tulips, they're just drawn quite simply and roughly. And again, when you look at the leaves, they're not all perfect, so it doesn't have to be symmetrical. If you look at the plants in your garden, they're all different shapes. So I'm just peeling the back off the Bonder web of the leaves and the stem. I'm just going to put this here, and I'm just going to make it overlap the rabbit a little bit because I want it to look like he's hiding in between the flowers. And then I've just drawn almost like a bell shape there. So turn it up the other way and you've got a rough tulip shape. But it doesn't have to be tulips, it can be whatever you want it to be. I'll pop that on top of there, like that. I'm just going to go over to the iron. I'm going to press those in place very carefully. Now, you can put as many flowers on this as you want to. It may be that you don't want to use flowers. It could be that you want to put Easter eggs or chicks or whatever. The idea of this is to inspire you to do something that you think about in the month of April. So I'm going to continue, and I'll finish this off with a few more tulips and flowers. And then for the rabbit's tail, this is this is a white pom-pom, and I've just snipped it in half to make it flat, and I've just popped a little bit of high tack glue underneath to secure that in place. So if you remember, I said not to put the embellishments on the blocks because we are going to join them together, and sometimes it can make it difficult when you're actually sewing other pieces of fabric. So I would save all your embellishing to the very end. But for the purposes of today, I've just popped that on there to show you what you can do. You could use a little white button or anything that you want. So I hope I've inspired you. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our months, because each month it's going to be a different block. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to show you how to put them all together to make a little wall hanging or a quilt. So as always, have fun. I look forward to seeing you next time here in the sewing studio.